One of the first things I want to talk about is like the limitations of record deals, just altogether, right? So, contrary to some people's beliefs, when you have a record deal, you got limited contractual obligations, meaning everybody has that like sell your soul type vibe, but in a real practical means, it means if they have products that are associated with the way you get paid, you're going to have to perform to those certain efforts that they have aligned. So if, for example, you're a weed smoking rapper and they have a weed brand, then they're going to have you align with that brand, whether it be cookies or, I don't know, all of y'all tag them or whatever. I don't know all about the weed brands, and Runts and all them different people, right? So it's like they're going to have you promote that stuff in the music because that's who they have endorsements, advertisements, product deals with. So the more that their money goes up, especially let's say you have like a stock in their company, your money will go up. But this isn't a conversation about stock. So we'll move on to the next thing, right? So royalty rates. So before I go about how low the royalty rates are, let's go a little bit briefly into what royalties are. So just like taxes in a city, right? The city tax people so that they can build stuff for the people in the city. So same way, it's like the businesses that build a place for you to sell your music and get paid from it, they gonna want a percentage of that. Now, instead of giving you the majority of that percentage, they keep the majority of that percentage. The only people that maybe has, a more direct payment method is like BMI and ASCAP and publishing companies. But even then, publishing companies don't cover all of the places you make your money at. So this is my personal opinion, they're never going to mind giving you your money because the places you make money are going to be few and far between anyway. And the agreements and the contracts that they have set up with the venues and the residencies that you're going to get paid from are all going to probably been paid them before they're required to pay you, especially if it's a music royalty, because anything that you make in the music business in publishing comes out at least 9 months in the future. So if you do it right now in September, October, you wouldn't get the money until mid-April, May. You feel me? So, and that's when the actual checks distribute. They have quarterly distribution time. So there's a long time between when you get paid with publishing. So that's what royalties are. They're, you getting percentages of the money that you make from a product or a service through somebody else's product or service. So they pay you your royalties because you're not the one actually selling the stuff. You're not creating the platform for it. And then the last thing is a lack of transparency. So one thing I found interesting was like, you could get 10,000 views right now on Instagram, but you don't know who viewed it, right? Or if you go to Spotify and they tell you get listeners in different countries, but you don't get their emails. So every service is like they give you a little bit of something, but not everything. And this is similar to like what I was saying earlier when I was talking about when you have a business and you got to have QuickBooks and you got to have the website and you got to run your ads, and then all these services are in different places. So you're basically paying 6 people before you ever get one payment back effectively, efficiently, right? Because they can't track this and this person can't track that and they don't have this number. And so eventually you're neck deep in subscriptions before you get any payouts. So that lack of transparency hurts you because if you knew of the people who listen to your stuff, who actually listen to it because they watched it from social media versus talking to you in person, that helps you not waste your energy on where you need to be at. Like a lot of people think going to 10 open mics might move their emotion as a musician. But what if it was the post that you was doing this whole time? You would have made 10 more posts instead of going to 10 more open mics, or vice versa, where it's like, let's say it is the open mics when you're going out, but you putting in 10 days at a time per post. Like you making these immaculately, beautifully crafted posts. The whole time you was getting more followers when you was going outside. So having that being clear on what's going on going to help you a lot more versus using the convenience of like paying somebody $20 or paying this person $50 and then they sell you on all of these. What could be beneficial outlets or tools, for example, like streaming, will give you 150 potential platforms that you could be listed on, as well as utilizing social media. It's free, right? It's no knock to what they're capable of doing, but there are some key elements that you're going to need in order to make your money, just to be plain and simple. I don't want to mince the words and make it sound more emotional or anything. It's like, it's really about, this is a conversation about getting your money, and then also having a way to save your time and your energy, because a lot of this stuff can just be super overwhelming. So I'll talk a little bit about the advantages of direct to consumer, because I know y'all gonna ask questions, and that's gonna come up. So I mentioned it a little bit: fan engagement, knowing what people actually want from you, versus just like reaching in a random hat or watching 6 YouTube videos for 5 weeks and trying to disseminate and filter, and you basically just guessing. Like, it's a lot of great information, but coming down to knowing which of that information to use requires like wisdom or experience. And you can't gain any wisdom and experience without trying something, but you don't want to try anything without knowing what's going to work. So it's at that point, it's a back and forth. And then you're going to have to just try something. So having that fan engagement and knowing like, okay, 1,000 people might have watched this video, but only 6 people actually purchased what they saw. That brings me into my last point of just like the benefits of direct to consumer. You mentioned it. He was able to make more money doing that. Plain and simple, right? Higher earnings are going to be immediately what you're going to recognize. One listener can probably make you what you would get out of a whole month of doing all of that stuff. And then he mentioned it as well. Connecting with your fans directly, right? I give y'all 3 things that y'all could utilize. I got somebody out front real quick. Yo, Raymar, my man's walking up to the door right here. You can let him in. So the whole goal is to give people strategies and tools that they can use. We're in the middle of a video, but don't come on camera. Matter of fact, you can come on camera, Glass. My man Glassman, pull up, fuck it. This is what the creative community about. So if y'all watching this, y'all see how we really rock it. Right? Girl, you've been on 2 cameras the whole time. You've been on 2 cameras the whole time. So,
Hey.
You know what I mean? So 3 strategies I'll give y'all for the direct-to-consumer strategies that are available, and I'm going to create a whole curriculum and course that y'all can download very soon, 2025 vibes, to go inside of the Create Method. I'm going to add it. So if you're already a part of the Create Method, you'll notice that it'll have a whole new section called direct-to-consumer, so just look out for that. But if you're not a part of it, that's what I'm here to announce to y'all today. Y'all going to see more. So the first thing I've got to tell y'all is get y'all an email list, whether, like you said, you're directing a product, an event, just want to keep people up to date with what you're doing, ask questions and see what people really want from you. Email lists. And if you really him or her, get you a text list. Because if somebody willing to give you their number, they really rock with you. I got probably like 200-300 phone numbers. I ain't cracked open my text message list yet, but once I do, you know what I mean? Y'all know what time it is. And like I said, the whole goal here is to get y'all to 50,000, right? Like, really, I want to see you make 100 bands, but let's start with 50. And these text messages and these email lists are the beginning step to it, right? Social media, it's free, and you can reach thousands of people every day. That was something that tripped me out, was because I'm from a small town called Newport News. So if I stand at the corner store all day from 6 a.m. to 10 p.m., I'll probably see 100 people max that day. Then I moved to the city and I went to a place called Rittenhouse Square. You might see 1,000 people come through Rittenhouse Square that day. You might even see 5,000 people, depending on what the occasion is. But the crazy thing is, I done sat in my crib and put up posts and got 10,000 views, right? And so that's fascinating to me, being from the generation I'm from, because just being able to walk up to somebody at your local grocery store and say, hey, here's my mixtape, man, ain't nobody trying to hear you talk about that. Nobody gonna stop and want to hear you listen to your mixtape at the grocery store, let alone buy it, right? But now you can sit in your crib and do that same pitch, and you can look at how long people are even watching these videos to see what part of it they're not really engaged with, what they're not listening to, what was not interesting. So social media has been super integral to us building it up. You feel me? And then exclusive content like what we're doing right now. That's actually the chapter I'm in right now, where I just dedicated days to creating content for y'all in the creative community. So it's not something that you can get anywhere else. You can go look it up. I did the market research. There's no creative entrepreneurship, how-to, storytelling type vibes like what we build here on my channel, specifically for musicians and artists. Ain't nobody doing this, so tap in if you want to get some real exclusive strategies. That's 3. But if y'all join today, we have the Create Method. We also have the Discord. And then we also have other opportunities and little, gems that we drop in the newsletter. So I'm gonna briefly go over this, right? Retaining creative control and business control. He mentioned it, whether it's having sponsorships, whether it's having other different products associated with what you're doing. Shouts out to Rec Philly. We in Rec Philly. That's how it always sounds in here, so don't get it freaked out. I'm gonna denoise the video, but if y'all did hear my man scream in the back, we're not at Diddy house. You heard? Yeah, we at Diddy's house. We heard. You know, talking about we at Rec Philly. So yeah, like being able to determine who gets paid from what causes you benefit. You know, all of those things are things that you can determine instead of, you know, the label saying, all right, you're going to rap about Duce, and then you're going to put on this Saint Laurent, and then you're going to pull out these runts, and then you're going to pull out these Russian cream backwoods. And these are your price points and your product points, right? Like you get to determine, like, no, I want to endorse Live Love Create. I want to have her candles in it. I want to have my man Glassman and his tie-dye tees. And I'm going to have my man's pull up with his own original picks for his guitars because that's what he into. And then he got the T-shirts and the merch. And my sound guy over here in the corner with his business cards, and he has services as well. So we can talk about what we want to in our content and in our media because we're in control. So, and then just to sum this up, honestly, because I could go through a lot more, honestly, it would be like the most important part, like I have up here. And if y'all want a copy of what I'm looking at, you know what I mean? I got you. That's what it's all about. I use AI to create a PDF of slides that talk about everything we're talking about today. And it literally took me 5 minutes. You feel me? These are things that we offer in the creative community where you can come up with a prompt and then you have a whole entire presentation with really high quality photos and details about what you want to talk about. I'll throw a bunch of pictures up so I can show y'all what I'm talking about as I'm talking, all right? And so lastly, right, I have this new thesis that I've been building on. And if you know, I know a lot of people don't do too much of the reading in these contracts, but if you look at some of your contracts in streaming, they're nothing different than a record deal. Now, I'll be the first person to say I'm not against a record deal, right? Anybody who's willing to put some capital in your pocket so that you can carry anything out, that's the American way, right? Like somebody gonna give you $100,000, $500,000, even if, like what he mentioned, you might owe them back that bread or even a significant percentage of it. But if you got out a mortgage on your house, it'd have interest. If you got a car, it'd have interest. If you paid your rent late, it'd be a late fee. There ain't nothing in this world, especially in America, that's not gonna come with some benefit to the person who loaned you the money. So don't run away from a record deal. But to pay for a record deal is crazy work, right? Before we could go out there, be great at what we do, and people would seek us out, they fly us out, they give us a dinner, they tell everybody be in the room, sign us a deal, at least make you feel special. Now, whether it be, we're not name dropping, you know what I mean? We ain't gonna name drop because I don't need no flags, I don't need no ops. But there's a lot of people who will charge you to put your music out and then not give you no motion. And then if you do get your music popping, they're gonna want a percentage of that on the back end. You heard me? So let's say you do get 1 million streams and you want to put your music into a movie, or you want to get a shoe deal or work with Burger King. You heard me? It's like there's going to be a few phone calls that people are going to make on your behalf that have to be aligned with what that song going to be used for, licensed for, marketed towards, and endorsing, right? So I just want y'all, I know y'all not going to go read it. I know y'all not going to take my word for it. So I'll give you a gem before I leave y'all today, right? Go to ChatGPT, go to Google, ask it. Ask the AI. Maybe you don't believe me. But a lot of the things that y'all sign up for, they're record deals. Everything that y'all put out, even in here, where I'm at now, shouts out to Rec Philly, but I read my contracts where it's like, anything that we make in this room, if we went viral for this video or anything we said today, guys, you know what I'm saying? They own this content because I made it in here. And that's part of my membership. So it's like, a lot of these places that are, quote unquote, creating services for the artists and the creatives, they have a business model of their own and it don't got nothing to do with, like what he said, you making the majority of the money from what you created. Respectfully, they build infrastructures, they build payment gateways, they build buildings, they build things, algorithms, all types of tools and resources. So if they call the shots, you know what I mean? I ain't the one to complain. I'm from the environment where people got to figure things out even though it's not fair, right? But I ain't going to give you the resource and the tool to just make your own decision and take power and control over your thing, your destiny, whatever you want to call it. You feel me? So that's it for today. Like, I just wanted to lightly go over this for the people who showed up early. We're going to have some really dope performances. I'm going to tie that into this. If y'all are part of the Discord, the email list, the YouTube, wherever you seeing this at, the next step that I would say that you do is if you're not already, join the creative community so that you can meet all of the people in the room, whether it be Raymar, whether it be Maya, Reason, Glassman, my man Dre over here in the cut. Or if you're already a part of the creative community, make sure that you connect with me directly. Ask me what's going on next, and I can put you on. And if you're watching this from somewhere far away, you actually in the best position possible because you can connect with me, and then we can do like a consultation, or we could do something to just personally craft out your brand and what your direction going to be. And that way, you know what I mean, you don't need me no more. You be on your own. So bless up, and I want to actually open it up for a few questions, but we're gonna pause it because I know my videos are like they burning out. So you ain't gotta whisper, bro.
So you're supposed to pause it.
What y'all gonna witness? And I feel like this is the Chappelle show now, for real. Cause like after you do the show, then they got the performances. Like that was what inspired this. So we're gonna have Low Keys today. We're also gonna have Reason can Rap open up for us. We're gonna have Lexi. Yeah, Lexi Palmera. Yeah, she had hit me up. Shouts out to Lexi. And we're gonna have me, actually. I'm gonna be performing. Funny enough, yeah, I forgot. So yeah, we're gonna see y'all soon, and let's give thanks and pray.
Is this thing on?
Yeah, it's on. It's blue.
Hey y'all, hey. Mikey, I'm here. So I'm here with all of the artists that performed today, and I'm super excited. I first want to do like a short introduction. So can y'all tell the people, the audience, who you are, your background, and how would you describe your sound, and like what's your motivation as quickly as you can start over here?
My name is Lil Keys. I'm a singer, songwriter, mostly like neo soul. I got a message, and I just want to like push like self-love at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? You can't go wrong with self-love. Of course, loving the Most High first, and then after that, self-love, and push everybody else to do the same, and then the world will be a better place.
My name is Reason can Rap. I'm from Philly. I'm a father, and what I push from my music is positivity, but also struggle, motivation, and the drive to hustle and become better.
My name is Dre. Usually when I'm doing the music, I go by Carmen. West Philly raised, I'm in North Philly now. You know what I'm saying? I just love music. I love the sound of it. I started off in rock and metal. Then I went over to blues. I went by Carmen Blues for a little bit. Went to neo soul, R&B, like moving into more classical stuff now. I just love it. I love the sound of it. I got a passion for it. So any reason I get to do it, I'm gonna do it.
Hey y'all, my name is Lexi Palmera. I'm from Jersey. Yes. I would say I come from a very musical family. My mom sings, my grandma sings, my daddy was a DJ, my sister sings. And so it's very much in my blood, I feel like. And I feel when it comes to my music, like my intention is to take these lessons, take this wisdom that I learned along my journey and share with other people so they can either resonate, we can like share a community in that way, or they can learn something, they can teach me. And yeah, just vibe. And I would say I'm very like neo soul, kind of R&B kind of vibe. Thank y'all for sharing it. First of all, I just want to say thank y'all for the performances. Thank y'all for coming and being your authentic selves. Y'all really gave us a show tonight. So the next question I wanted to ask is, what was your expectations coming into this event, and how did this experience stand up to that? Let's start with Lexi. So I didn't have any specific expectations. I've never been to Rec Philly, so this is my first time here. I was just expecting to be around people that love music. I don't know how many people were going to be here, really anything about it. But I would say it exceeded my expectations from the moment I walked in. Like, it's very art, like people around, like it's just, I don't know, like I was just so excited. And I've been wanting to come to Rec Philly for a long time. And I feel like this was the perfect space to do it. I felt very comfortable. Everybody's music touched me, like very intentional, very beautiful sounds, and I just had a great time, honestly.
Yeah, I didn't really have any like extreme expectations, Me and Reasons, we locked in plenty of times beforehand. I knew we was gonna get in here and do our thing, like, you know what I mean? Reason, he's got powerful music, so I'm just glad that I was able to bring a sound to the table that was to his standards, and to do at least some justice by his music, you know what I mean? So I'm pretty satisfied.
My expectations, I really came here really just to express myself, honestly. I was just looking to, I knew I can come here and do that. I knew I can get that experience just to really express myself and be heard. and like, you know, like genuinely be heard for who I am, and not just like, you know what I'm saying, the whole gimmick thing and all this other, like, you know, stuff with music. I just wanted to have my music be heard and touched for what it really is, you know. So I got that experience, and I got to hear other artists that are genuine who take it serious. Me too. So I got everything I wanted. Like I was really touched, like way beyond, like, you know. So I got a good experience. It's all up.
My expectation was mainly to like similar to what Keith just said, like, to share my music, but also, you know, help be there for the people that are expressing themselves as well through what we created for today, through this community, and just to show people that this is a community of people that actually genuinely care about their art.
Gratitude, Reason, for suggesting I be a part of this. Gratitude to TJ for creating the creative community. And as everybody who's here knows that this event is dedicated to informing artists about direct-to-consumer. So, Lexi, you mentioned like connecting with artists. Ray, you mentioned pairing with a specific artist of your interests. Keys, you talked about sharing your voice authentically. Reason, you talked about helping different artists from the community. So, with that being said, what is your experience with distributing your music direct to consumer? Did you know anything about that? And leaving this event, do you feel more confident about doing so? That's our reason.
You know, I have had a chance. I'm very grateful to have a mentor in Terrence to, like, you know, over years teach me more and more about not only the artist side, but what goes into behind the scenes of, you know, distributing your music or distributing like your career in a sense. So yeah, I learned more and more about direct to consumer last summer. But this year I had dived into Even, and that's where I learned more about how to distribute my music without needing any major label or any major distribution company to give it time to be distributed the way I would like it to. So whether that's getting payment directly, weekly, or daily, and let you
direct to consumer.
Direct to consumer.
It's
Excuse
okay.
me, I'm sorry, but I'm new to it. You know what I'm saying? I'm interested in it. So that was my whole motive for coming here. You know what I'm saying? I see that you guys are good at doing that. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, I've been seeing it for a while, but you know, I've just been back and forth with just trying to, you know, find out other ways, do music other ways. You know what I'm saying? But direct to the consumer is the right way. I push for anybody else for sure to take this path. But of course, I need to learn how to even do it. Yeah, I need to learn how to even take the path in the first place. So,
yeah, you know, the direct-to-consumer stuff is a little new to me. I just play live. That's all I do. You know, you just hire me for something, I learn it, and I play live. I've been doing that for years. So I got no originals or nothing. I'm a freestyle guitarist. Reasons is, and all of y'all are definitely making me up to the fact that that's the only way, or one of the best ways I'm going to monetize this sort of thing. So I'm still learning. I'm interested.
I would definitely say I agree. I do a lot of live performances, like open mics. I used to do a cappella and just stuff like that, but I haven't really, like I said, I have no music out yet, so I'm kind of at the beginning of my journey, so like I'm excited to learn more and kind of see where it goes. Yeah. Thank you for your responses. We're on a tight watch right now. So I just want to have y'all let the people know again where they can find you, any projects or anything that you're working on. Yeah.
all right, y'all can find me at on Instagram. That's lo.keeys. I have some music out right now. Like I said, Can't Give It Up. That's out right now, streaming on all platforms. And I have some new.
You can find me anywhere at Reason, well, just Reason Can Rap. Find me on Instagram at _Reason Can Rap. My website is newgenerationworld.com. You can find the project there. It's on Even. Like I said, it's a direct-to-consumer site. The minimum we're asking for is $2 for the album. The max is $10, but you can pay what you want. It's a pay what you want, you know, price for the album. So that's the beauty of it. But you can also find my music on any distribution site as well. In the past, Reason Can Rap. So thank you guys.
Yeah, you can find me on Instagram. I go by Carmine Isaiah, CarmonIsaIAH. I forgot to spell my whole name. It's crazy shit. But Yeah, that's where I'm at. I'm working on some originals right now, but I can't promise a release date. So, look out for it.
I know.
Right?
Y'all can find me at Lexi Palmyra, LexiPalmyra, on Instagram and on YouTube. And project coming up, I really want to release a song by my birthday. My birthday is on Valentine's Day.
Okay.
So hopefully by then you got something to work. Yeah.
Okay, I will definitely make sure to put everybody's in the description for some of those guys spells. Okay. But what else did I want to say? I think that's really it. I'm Mike Kiana. This is the Art Exhibit Podcast, coming to you live from the creative community. Don't forget to live in love.